I'm still waiting for a movie that explains what Kirby is, because I'm pretty sure Kirby is a Pokemon.
There's actually multiple Kirbys.
Well, why do you think that?
Well, okay, first there's the general connection of Kirby looking exactly like Jigglypuff. But
I mean, I guess you could say they're very similar. I wouldn't go as far as saying they were looking identical.
They're like sweet fairy Pokemons that just want to have fun and love each other, but they also kick ass. Also, doesn't Kirby have like the ability to absorb people's abilities, like superpowers?
Yes.
Yeah, he sucks them up, and then when he spits them back out, he has their ability or whatever.
Very similar to a Ditto. So here's my theory. Take it or leave it. I think Kirby is the god of the Pokemon. Or
interesting.
Or some kind of like early ancestor of the Pokemon that they evolved from. Kirby is at the beginning of everything.
I mean, I guess I could kind of buy that, because Kirby came out before Pokemon did. So
yeah, it is older than.
So if there were to be any actual like truth to that, it would be that Pokemon could have potentially come from Kirby, because in real life, Pokemon came after Kirby came out for the first time. So I mean, I guess you got me there. I don't know what else to say.
The young Pokemons in their Pokemon schools were reading about the dinosaur Kirbys millions of years ago.
I'm reading about Kirby right now. The character's design was intended to serve as a placeholder graphic for the game's original protagonist in early development, and thus was giving a simplistic ball-like appearance. So Kirby wasn't supposed to look. They just made him look like that because it was so simple that it was just such a good placeholder. Let me see if I can get like an origin. Although never explored in great detail in the series, Kirby is not the only member of his kind. Similar looking characters are seen in the ending of Kirby's Dream Land and its remake Spring Breeze in Kirby Superstar. Meta Knight and Galactonite, both of whom bear a close resemblance to Kirby without their masks, are often hinted to be of the same species as Kirby. I guess I never thought about that Meta Knight is a Kirby.
What? That just complicates so many other things.
In the anime, Kirby has also been called a Star Warrior, along with Meta Knight and other characters that appeared in the Kirby animated series.
I don't know, Colin. Based on that article, do you think my theory has some element of truth to it?
No. Welcome everybody to the Good Comedy Podcast. We're here to give you a podcast today. I hope you like it. Thank you for joining us. I am Colin.
Thank you. I'm John. Thank you.
I'm Teagan.
We got Teagan here. Our guest.
Teagan here, our special guest.
It's me.
Special.
Hello. What's up?
How do we know you?
Who are you?
How do you know me? Who am I? I mean, we all were in SCP together. And at one point or another, we were all on staff together too. I actually kind of like bridged the two of you, because you guys were in two different generations of SCP peeps.
That's true. Teagan is the glue to our rubber.
Doesn't what?
Don't know about that one.
No, I don't know about that one either.
Don't know about that one.
That one didn't land. Let's see. Yeah. So what's up, everybody?
What's up? there's been some things that have happened in the past week or so. Some interesting stuff.
Yep.
Did you guys see the Daft Punk vid?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're done.
They're done.
No more Daft Punk, which sucks if Disney ever actually gets around to making that Tron sequel that they are supposedly working on.
Oh no.
Because
yeah, because
that means Daft Punk's not going to score it anymore. Yeah, because they did for Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Dang. I mean,
so do you
they
think
haven't made music in a while?
Yeah, they've been,
Maybe it's just like
been around.
They couldn't tour for like 2 years, and they're just like, maybe not anymore.
I mean, they haven't actually gone on tour since like 2007.
Oh my god! Wait,
like,
really? Oh
yeah,
my god!
That's the thing. It's like they had a tour in 2007. Because I literally just looked this up because I had no idea. Because I know a lot of people were sad that they couldn't see them live anymore. They had only last on a tour in 2007, and then they had done like a handful of like live performances. I think 2 of which were at the Grammys.
Yeah.
So otherwise, a lot of people haven't even had the chance to see them play live since then. So
you know,
what were they even doing?
Odd.
They don't seem to be very interested in like fame or anything. Hence, like the helmets and stuff.
Yeah. From any interview that I've seen, that seems to be a recurring point. Is that they're just there for the music, and they don't really want it to be like a thing to like make them the people popular or anything like that.
That's why they could have done it forever.
Yeah.
You ever see the thing where it's like Daft Punk will just like pass the helmets off to some other people to make it seem like they are robots that are just making music forever?
That's a good point, honestly.
But no.
But yeah. I'd think that they'd probably... I'm sure their love for making music is still there. They maybe just don't want to be named Daft Punk anymore. So I wouldn't be surprised if they came back and like scored the Tron movie. Although it will make things difficult now that one of them has exploded.
That's right. Didn't one like?
I mean,
kill the
technically
other?
that already happened in like 2006.
Yeah.
Did they explode?
They exploded before.
No, that clip isn't new.
Yeah.
They repurposed it.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
It's from a short film they made in like 2006. It actually cuts out the end where the other one sets himself on fire.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's very sad. It's like one has the other help him blow himself up, and then the other one sets himself on fire.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
Yeah, it's what's it called? I think it's called like Electroma or something.
It's amazing they've been going on this long then.
Oh, I didn't realize
Since
how
then.
long it is. It's 72 minutes.
Oh my god, that's a
Wow.
full length movie.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just a short film. Yeah, 2006. They've made a bunch of like short film stuff or like film stuff. Like they made Interstellar 5555, which was a visual like version of Discovery, that album, which is really cool. It's like if you've seen any of their like official music videos for that, it's just clips from that movie that they're using. Because I mean, it's literally just what it is.
Visual albums are dope.
Yeah.
And they're from France, so you know they're like doing some freaky, crazy shit. So that's
It's gonna
something.
be sad. Yeah, it's like, because to me, like Random Access Memories is a phenomenal album. Like I know that a lot of people who know, or like, you know, if they're trying to be like hip or whatever, like, you know, songs like Get Lucky, which like were huge, obviously. Like maybe you're like, well, we don't like that, but like honestly, it's a really good song, and like even if you aren't a fan of that, there are still a lot of other really great songs in that album that I honestly think a lot of people probably missed out on because they probably just heard Get Lucky and were like, oh, okay, that's it, you know. So it's sad because the Tron Legacy score is really good too. It's like the only good part of that movie. Well, that and the visual effects. The visual effects in that movie are really good too. But
yeah.
well, except for what's his face, the head replacement or whatever. I can't. What is his name? The original guy.
It's been so long.
Jeff Bridges. Yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
they made like a younger version of him, and it just looks horrible. Like it probably looked okay for like the time, but like it just looks so bad now.
The last time I watched the Tron movie was in an auditorium during my middle school, like, read time. It was called Dear. Drop everything and read. But for some reason, like...
Oh, I feel like I had something like that, too.
We watched Tron instead.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, I have very little memory of that film.
That was something I was going to say. It's like, it's... Honestly, like, it's pretty crazy how, like, it's has a really great score and really great visuals, but I remember nothing about the plot of that movie whatsoever. That's how, like, mediocre it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not a bad movie, it's just, it's not remarkable in terms of plot or characters or anything.
Yeah. I agree. Colin, what's your memory on Tron?
I think I watched it in the back of a van, like on one of those TVs.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well, like on a road trip or something.
Speaking of...
it does seem like the perfect, like, airplane, like, movie. It feels like one of those kind of movies where it's like, you would never watch it, like, normally, but, like, if you're on a plane, like, you're on a flight, and you're, like, just trying to pass the time, you're like, oh, Tron Legacy, sure, I'll watch this, why not? You know, you got nothing else better to do, so it's like, watching in the back of a van, like, totally fits that too, I think. It's like,
sure.
No one, I feel like most people wouldn't just go out of their way to watch it, but unless there's, like, some real diehard Tron fans out there, in which case, I'm sorry. That movie is just okay.
They recognize it too, whether they like it or not. Speaking of, like, cars movie watching and stuff, do you see that the next Tesla design is going to have a computer large enough to let you play, like, Red Dead Redemption and The Witcher and stuff?
Oh, I thought I had heard that, but I hadn't actually looked it up.
Who needs that in their car?
If the car's going to be able to drive for us, why not play some Red Dead, you know?
I don't trust that drivable cars or, like, self-driving cars are going to be a thing within my, like, lifetime. Like,
I think that it works. I think that for, like, self-driving cars to really be a thing, it can't just be one, like, luxury brand kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Like, there are obviously, like, other cars that can do it, probably not as well, but if people want it to, like, be the thing, it's like everyone's just got to have a car that does it. Mm-hmm. Because it's just, I agree that it's like, I wouldn't necessarily fully trust it right now, because it's like you're still dependent on other people not being bad drivers, because it's like everyone else has to, you know, they're doing obviously normal full-on manual driving. So it's like, I think that if every car could, like, communicate with each other, like, in real time, like, what its position is and, like, how fast it's going and stuff, then it's like, you theoretically could never have an accident again, because every car would know when something bad is about to happen potentially, but realistically, it probably wouldn't really ever happen unless something really unexpected came up, you know? So it's like, I think that in that very far off scenario, when people absolutely don't have to pay attention to, like, where they're going on the road anymore, then sure, why not? Your car can have a full-on gaming computer, whatever, you know, knock yourself out. I can't imagine that most people have commutes that would be that long, though. I mean, I guess depending on where you live, but otherwise it's just like, no, it's just a stupid idea, because all it's just going to do is encourage people to play games when they should be paying attention to the road.
The motion sickness machine.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Gotta play my Pokemon Go.
You already see people, like, sleeping in the car while it's just driving on, like, the interstate, and you're just like, why? Just don't. You're just asking for something bad to happen.
You're begging for an accident. Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like self-driving cars not only need to be able to, like, communicate with other vehicles, but also with the road.
Yeah, it's very much like a total infrastructure, like, a rehaul. basically.
Yeah, we don't
to
have
like
any
re-sport
infrastructure
it.
for it. That is the problem too. Is like our roads are terrible and not suited for
Yeah.
self-driving cars at all. And you need like
And
tons
if it's a
of like
snowy
paint
day
and
or
like
something.
markings on roads and stuff for that to like work.
Yeah.
So yeah, just build some trains.
Just fly to Mars, Tesla.
California
Come on.
would be amazing with some trains.
Honestly, we do have like a train system, but I mean, you can't fit everyone
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
train. So, anyways,
I mean, traffic would be way better if there was some like
yeah.
trains into LA, in and out of LA.
Oh, we got one. We got one
have
big
one
one.
train.
One train.
Mars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Perseverance. That's dope.
Tell me about that. What's going on?
I mean, I don't know. Have you guys seen like the actual like landing footage that they put out yesterday?
I didn't see the
Mhm.
landing footage.
It's
think I
it's
saw
one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
It's
like,
really dope.
It's kind of hard to like quantify, I guess, because it's like when you're watching the actual like landing itself, it's like it's really hard to like be aware of like the scale of things. So it's like when it gets like
Oh,
right
yes.
about to land. Oh, John.
Oh,
John.
Uh-oh. Do you still see me?
hello.
I still see you.
Oh, interesting.
John froze.
Hello.
Oh,
for
he's
me
frozen
just
for
now.
me now.
We'll just wait for him to
Guys.
come back. I think I got a phone call too, but like I'm using my phone, so I can't check it. So that's
Oh,
fun.
he's back.
You back, John?
I'm back. Hi
Okay.
guys.
What I was saying was, as far as like when the lander's like right above the ground, you don't realize like how close it is until you start seeing like the jets
dust.
like throwing a ton of dust up in the air and stuff, and you're just like, oh, that was way closer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because it's like impossible to get a context for scale. But just like the actual way that like the landing works, where it's like this like flying robot that like drops down the rover on like ropes, and then like it lands, and then the thing just flies off to go blow up somewhere else. It's just like it's such a weird idea, but I mean
Yep.
it works, and it's like I suppose it's way better than like just hoping that like you just stick it in a bunch of balloons and have it just slam into the ground and hope it doesn't break. Like I suppose it's way better than that, but it still is just like, really hope that thing can fly away properly, otherwise it's just gonna make a big mess after you get the thing down.
I
Yeah.
feel like people on Mars might also be something that doesn't happen in my lifetime, maybe. I feel like we talk about it a lot, but I just don't see the practicality in it, or even
Oh boy.
why we do it besides wanting to do it.
Oh no.
I mean, I definitely think
I
it's
hope you guys
very
are having
much
a
just
nice
a
conversation.
do it because we can do it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't think there's any, at least right now, a practical reason as far as like colonization or anything like that. Like that's just so far out at this point. I think we would need to solve a lot of problems as far as like how do people live there and like how do we get people there and stuff. Like there are just so many things that need to be figured out before that's even feasible.
And Elon Musk talks like it's gonna happen in the next decade or something. Where he was talking about, he's like, I'm gonna send my kids can go in the second wave. So your kids are gonna be dead way before any of us touch Mars.
It's hard to know, it's like there's some really cool tech things going on, like being able to reuse rockets and stuff like that's pretty cool, but I mean it's very different between sending off a single probe that you don't actually ever get back. It just lives there now until it stops working, versus like trying to send people there and bring them back eventually. Like that's a whole other order of magnitude to deal with.
Yeah, I never really understood the space colony at this level, because you're basically just they would be there out of pure spite. Like there's no reason for them to be out there. We're not getting
Can't grow
anything from
anything.
the dead rocks in our solar system. There's like there's not really value there, and you basically just spend billions of dollars to keep people alive. while they did basically nothing.
It's our own realization of Dune.
Except Dune, you could breathe. They
gotta get that spice melange.
There was more on the Dune planet than there is on Mars.
There are worms.
Yes. And it was like, yeah. And people have lived there before.
Yeah.
There are already people there.
We can make little microorganisms live there from Earth. Apparently they've transferred some microorganisms, so if they can do it, we probably still can't do it.
We can't terraform
At least not
Earth.
for a while.
We can't terraform Earth, and they want us to terraform Mars. We can't even stop our own world from turning into Mars. Are we going to stop Mars from being Mars?
There's the footage was really cool to look at, and I agree that it was hard to like contextualize how far away we were from Earth, but you'd think with all of the big brains in NASA, they would at least like consider putting a banana on the camera.
Yes, banana for scale.
For
Help
scale.
us out, NASA. Come on.
These are just like.
I mean, it's like you don't even think like. I don't think most people realize just how big the rover is. It's like it's the size of a car. Like it's huge.
Yeah.
So it's like people think of like this tiny little like robot that's like driving around. It's like, no, this thing is like the size of your car, you know? It's like the scale is like hard to illustrate sometimes, I think, cuz you know, it's not as easy to like visualize, but it's like, yeah.
Plus they got those like tiny little helicopter like dragonflies and shit now, so that they can fly around and see the canyons.
Oh yeah, they have a drone with them. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I'd like to see the moon again. Send people back to the moon. Just like see if we can do it still.
What's going on at the moon?
I'm unsure if we can put people on the moon again, honestly. We haven't done it in a very long time.
That has like a particular like yeah, it's cool to see Mars, and it's probably a much bigger achievement, but like the moon is so personal to Earth. Like I would love a moon base just to hang out. That seems feasible. Yeah. Like we could go to the moon for vacation and then come back in our lifetime, maybe.
The moon also doesn't have horrible dust storms that can rip through spacesuits.
Yeah that's true.
I definitely think that if there were eventual like ways to like start colonizing other planets and stuff, I imagine the moon would be like the first stop to anywhere, where it's like you go to the moon, they already have like a ton of infrastructure set up there to then like launch off to, you know, wherever else things are going. So
you fly up to
I think that focusing more on the I think focusing on the moon would probably be the way to go, because I mean, yeah, it's right there. It's personal to Earth specifically. We've already been there, so it's like we know we've already done it. So theoretically, we can do it again. You know, so.
My camera's unfocusing. Sorry. There we go. Okay.
You got there. All right. So yeah, Mars Perseverance, pretty cool. I actually I watched the live stream like as it ended, and like that was pretty sweet. I mean, you didn't see anything then, but like just to hear them like freak out. Oh, that reminds me of a Reddit post I saw that was, I can't remember what his job was, but he was, I guess, like one of the remote operators. So he was getting a lot of like real-time data from the rover as it was landing. And like he was also watching like the official live stream too. But he was getting the data faster than the live stream was showing it. So like he already knew before like everyone else knew like when the rover had landed and like had successfully landed. So he had to like he held in like his celebration
for
like another 15 seconds just to wait until everyone else was doing it before doing it. It was really wholesome.
That's fun.
It's cool to see like how it's like that must be super stressful to watch for the people actually working on that, because it's like you work on those things for like years and you do a bunch of testing and stuff, and then at the end of the day you launch it and you're like, really hope it makes it, because we can't do anything to help it out, you know. It's like it's got to survive this months-long journey to get there. Then you got to hope that it can survive the landing, and then you got to hope that it can survive the like mission length for however long that is, because usually it's at least a couple years. Like it's a lot of stuff that you have no way of fixing or doing anything about once you send it off. So it's like, or I bet it was a very like sigh of relief moment for a lot of people to see it like land there. And now it's like, okay, hopefully it can start doing like its job for as long as we wanted it to do. So
not to mention if the mission fails, you know, all of those scientists that worked on the project get sent out back and are never seen again. So you know,
it's like,
it's really good we didn't have to lose so many bright scientists.
Moving.
Could you imagine if they actually did that though? Like, oh my god, it's like
we need a new badge
there, or ooh.
The NASA like CEO is just like cracking his knuckles while they're trying to land it.
Moving from one giant human accomplishment to another, let's talk about how the Snyder Cut is coming out in less than a month.
Right.
There's
my goodness.
There's this recent thing from Zack Snyder, is saying there's going to be some sort of huge cameo in it for the hardcore fans. That was like yesterday, I believe that came out.
A cameo.
So there's going to be some sort of DC character that people care about. That people care about, but like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I think I've seen all of the DC films begrudgingly, and I can't think of one person that would be like a big cameo on the scale of like Luke Skywalker and I don't know, what was it, Quicksilver or something from WandaVision? Sorry, spoilers. I haven't seen it.
I'd say
Johnny Depp.
I would say like Green Lantern, but
That's what I went for
But that's
too.
like an
I
easy
haven't even
one.
seen Justice League.
yeah, that's like
so.
scratching the surface. That's not like hardcore fan. You want to hear my idea that I just thought of? What other DC property did Zack Snyder direct?
300.
No. Well, I guess maybe, but it was a
Leonidas.
comic.
Leonidas comes. Watchmen. He did Watchmen.
I
Oh,
almost
Mr.
wondered
Manhattan?
Mr. Manhattan
Dr.
or
Manhattan.
something is gonna show up.
That would be interesting.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
They need something.
I read that Snyder like didn't get paid for this just so that he could have like ultimate creative liberties. Apparently. So he's not getting paid for the Snyder Cut.
Zack Snyder is, I don't know. He wants ultimate creative liberty so he can just make guns and violence. He's just like, that's my creative liberty, is to hear Batman say fuck. I'm not getting paid, so Superman can say the F-bomb one time.
Yeah. That would be something though if Manhattan Man were to interact with Superman.
Manhattan Man.
Or maybe The
How much
Martian.
could this movie have changed from original release to now? It really.
I saw.
The way people talk about it. It makes me think it's going to be like a completely different movie, but it's not. Like, did they bring actors back to reshoot
I think
scenes?
so. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. It's like the only thing I could think of that would potentially make it super different was if they had already shot a whole bunch of stuff that got cut, and then it's just bringing that back in some way. Otherwise, yeah, I don't see how it could be that different without reshooting. I mean, Jared Leto is the Thing now for some reason, in that I don't know.
The Joker is
why.
Christ.
Like the Joker is Christ. He was literally. Was that the picture? Was that yesterday, or was that a few days ago?
That was a couple days ago.
Where it's like the thorny crown, and it's like Zack Snyder's already portrayed Superman as Jesus, and now he's also portraying the Joker as Jesus. So the it's a bit muddled now of what he's trying to say and do.
Yeah. I saw a chart somewhere that said like the maximum amount of similarity between the two films is like 30 minutes worth of footage, and then the rest is like completely new stuff that we've never seen before.
Isn't it going to be like 4 hours?
Yeah.
What? And only 30 minutes of it is from the last one?
Apparently. That's don't fact me, it was just a little chart on social media.
It looks orange as hell, too. Just like every shot I see is so orange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely desaturated a lot of stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't have high hopes for it, like all DC films. They're just not amazing. So the fact that they're hyping this one up, it might just be a good movie.
It's gonna be Mr. Manhattan. I'm almost dead set on that. Like of course, like, because it's like that's like hardcore for Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's the most purchased like superhero comic of all time. It's just like, oh, this is hardcore, even though like everyone read it.
Either it's Manhattan Man, or I'm gonna say the Martian Man.
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. I have a feeling he's gonna be showing up.
But I feel like he was in OG Justice League. It's Lobo.
Lobo,
the motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I mean,
Grodd.
Maybe we should put up a poll. Is it going to be Manhattan Man, Martian Manhunter, or King Leonidas? What do you guys think? I'm just going to vote for Leonidas because that's what I want to see. Just a ripped dude with a sword with all of these like superhumans.
I want Gorilla Grodd, even though he's a villain. I want Gorilla Grodd to show up at the end and beat the Justice League with like sheer might, like not his brain. He's just like,
yeah.
He's like, oh my god, who let that gorilla out? He doesn't even have like the intelligence yet. He's just a gorilla that's just like really mad at the Justice League.
Godzilla. Godzilla is the cameo because they're both coming out on HBO.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're like fighting the final boss, and in the background, Godzilla and King Kong are duking it out.
King Kong versus Godzilla is just a continuation of the Justice League Snyder Cut. Like it's left on a cliffhanger.
The reason why it's 4 hours is an hour in, it cuts to the footage of King Kong versus Godzilla. Then you have to watch that entire movie, and then it gets back to Justice League.
In order to understand the ending of this film, you need to see this whole entire film. So we're just gonna throw that in there. We're gonna make it easy for you.
Oh jeez. I looked it up because I was curious. Apparently they only shot like 4 or 5 new minutes of footage, and the rest was already shot.
That's insane.
So
it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I mean, if it didn't even make it into the original cut, it's not good.
Or it's just super edgelord.
Maybe.
Yeah, you have to wonder too how much of that is like studio meddling, going like,
I guess
cut it down, or like get rid of this because they don't like it for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not saying that means that it is going to be good or could be good, but it's like I imagine that there was definitely reasons for why stuff was cut, and most likely it probably was because it just wasn't very good.
Okay, here's the speculation. I got speculation.
I'd assume so.
One is what the first one they say is Green Lantern. That Hal Jordan, or at least
that's my vote. I definitely think they would just be like, "Oh, you're gonna be really excited to see this guy," and it's just Green Lantern.
That's kind of who they're missing,
like,
right?
neat.
It's Green Lantern.
That's like the only
Ryan Reynolds comes back.
Maybe it's Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl, yeah.
Hawk Girl. I'd like Hawk Girl. Martian Manhunter. They're saying Martian Manhunter. Black Adam, which is supposed to be...
Oh, that's interesting.
The Rock.
Yeah, they're making a movie. Yeah.
Supergirl. Harley Quinn. What? Harley Quinn's in these movies. We've seen literally infinite Harley Quinn. That's all the speculation they have. I don't know. I'd put my money on... I bet they'd try to throw some sort of spin and do a Mr. Manhattan thing. Just to, like, throw some interest into some DC property, at least.
Does Watchmen ever, like, interact with the Justice League in the comics?
I think there might be something. I don't know if it happened or not, but there's speculation that this was a while ago too, so it might have already happened, that Mr. Manhattan was going to become a villain in the DC universe. That he was, like, merging multiverses and things like that. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of plot holes to me.
Yes, and it's very strange coming from Watchmen, which is, like, it's like the antithesis of, like, comic book hero kind of story and stuff like that. And then it's just like, oh, look, it's Mr. Manhattan.
He's back.
Yeah, we understand the point of Watchmen. Look at Mr. Manhattan. He's here. Isn't it amazing? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we've come up to the 45 mark. Do we want to play a game? Or do we have some other stuff?
Let's, does anyone have anything else?
Those are that was pretty much all I had.
All right.
So, I mean, I think we can move on.
Okay. So we're going to play a little game. I don't know, Teagan, if you've seen the last episode, but we play a little game called Let's Make That Movie. Where I'm going to quick write down a couple answers for myself, but we're going to fill out some prompts unbeknownst to the other two of us.
Okay.
We're going to fill out the protagonist, the antagonist, the setting, the genre, the conflict, and the theme of a movie, and then we have to work together to like flesh out that idea. So
Okay.
you two talk to each other amongst yourselves, and I'll write a couple so I'm not biased.
Okay. I don't know.
Let's make a Kirby movie.
A Kirby movie would be interesting. That'd be cute.
We could go over the origins of Kirby and how he is responsible for Pokemon coming into existence. We can just canonize John's theory.
Oh my god, that'd make so many people mad.
It would.
God, I could not imagine.
I should have taken my headphones out. That's a great idea. Okay. All right. Colin, do you want to take your headphones off? I'm going to talk to Teagan now. Okay, Teagan.
What's up,
we
John?
need an antagonist.
An antagonist, huh? Oh, man. Oh, I feel like I could bring Kirby back into this as the antagonist, but maybe not. Oh, God. Well, the mailman. He's very angry. He or she. It can be whoever. Let's just make a
Person. Okay. And a genre.
I feel like it's cliche, but I feel like psychological thriller. I could just totally see like a mailman just like stalking someone or something like that, like harassing them. That would be...
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Cool. I like it. So, you probably don't have to take your headphones off since you already answered. But we'll wave.
Okay.
See if Colin sees
right.
us.
He does.
Welcome, Colin. So, we need a protagonist and a conflict.
A protagonist and a conflict?
Mm-hmm. We had some great answers earlier. Just need to cap it off with a protagonist in a conflict.
The protagonist is a man that only drinks milk.
Man
Okay.
that drinks milk. Okay. In the conflict.
The world is running out of milk.
World
Oh man.
is running out of milk. Okay.
Well, I wish my answer was like slightly different from what I said because it would be so good. It still kind of works.
Oh, we'll make it work. That's
We'll
the
make
point
it
of the
work.
game. Welcome
We'll make it work.
to Let's Make That Movie. Today's prompts are our protagonist, the man that drinks milk, the antagonist, the male person, the setting, on Mars, the genre, psychological thriller, the conflict, the world is running out of milk,
Okay.
and the theme, we are all Pokemon.
Okay. Okay, so they're on a Mars.
These people are on
Okay.
Mars. Yes, we have a
colony is
colony.
running out of milk, and this guy only drinks milk.
The mailman is probably the person they got rid of milkmen, and they're just sending milk out through the mail now.
Mm-hmm.
The mail person is in charge of the milk deliveries.
The theme.
The theme is we are all Pokemon. That's a bit of a curveball in this psychological
How did they
thriller.
reach that conclusion?
Man. So the Pokemon world has established a colony on Mars.
Right.
Are
We're all.
there any Pokemon that like are milked? There's cows. There's a cow Pokemon.
Yeah.
So
I guess
maybe
you
the
get milk from that.
the protagonist only drinks Pokemon milk.
Yeah.
I mean, well, are there like normal cows in Pokemon? Like, are there like just normal
I'm
animals?
gonna look this up.
That's the thing. I'm never like the Pokemon Detective Pikachu movie and stuff. You never see like real animals. It's just Pokemon have kind of taken the place of
Miltank.
animals.
You need to look up Miltank, because they get milk from that thing.
Yeah,
I'm
they get
assuming-
lots of milk from that
Yeah.
thing.
I'm assuming
They're
that
definitely
that's
getting
just
milk
how
from the
they-
Miltank.
It's just how they normally get milk and stuff. So that's oh god. Does that mean that they like have to like kill Pokemon to like get food? Like is that?
Do they?
There's
do they
so many
eat
questions
meat
that
in
I'm
Pokemon
bringing
World,
up.
right?
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon World's real fucked up already that they enslave these
That's true.
conscious and creatures to
They
fight.
make them fight each other.
But
But I mean, they seem fine with it. They
I
always seem
swear there
happy,
has to be some
kind
kind
of.
like Nintendo release that's like, no, it's not Pokemon they're eating. In Pokemon.
so where does the psychological thriller come in though? Like, is the protagonist like kind of a tinfoil cap
well,
guy?
here's the question I have. Oh, that could be a thing where it's like he's like trying to figure out like if there actually is like a milk shortage, or if like he thinks that the mailman is like intentionally not bringing as much milk anymore to like keep for himself or something.
Yeah.
And he's just like trying to get to the bottom of it. Is like, is this mailman or person like, are they like secretly hoarding all the milk for themselves, or what's going on?
Yeah.
That's the way I would probably take that.
All right. So, in the Pokemon universe, it is widely accepted to consume foods that contain Pokemon byproducts. Moo Moo milk from Miltank is popular among children and adults. Chauncey eggs are said to be more nutritious and delicious. Dried slowpoke tails are commonly used in Alolan stews. The list goes on. That
Jesus
said, it's not
Christ.
unfathomable that Pokemon themselves are fair game in the kitchen. If Miltank make milk that we consume, can we not eat Miltank steak? If the Pokemon world is just like ours, with the obvious exception of Pokemon, are humans still at the top of the food chain? Here's the thing.
I feel like
right?
Mewtwo eats
I feel
humans.
like every Pokemon can beat a human in Pokemon. That's like why they
yeah,
battle
probably.
Pokemon. Is because
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
like humans wouldn't be at the top of the food chain if there are monsters that can blast energy at people.
We have the Pokeballs. You never see a Pokemon. There is a Pokeball Pokemon, though. I don't know, dude. That's not the point of the movie, though. My thing is Moo Moo Milk is what you get from the Miltanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the main character who only drinks milk maybe like is on to some like conspiracy that they're putting something into the Moo Moo Milk that's making humans turn into Pokemon. The Pokemon are sick
my
of the
God.
human rule.
But that's literally kind of the plot of Detective Pikachu.
That's true. Ah, fuck. They made the movie already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, they're doing something with the Moo Moo Milk. Or something like that.
It has
We
to
are all
do with
Pokemon.
how they're numbered. They're numbered like Pokemon, and that correlates with the mystery somehow. I don't know.
Or maybe it is like the psychological thriller part is him or them figuring out like, hey, eating these conscious animals aren't cool because we too are conscious animals. Thus the theme, we are all Pokemon.
Pokemon. Like we're all animals, but in the Pokemon universe where they don't have animals, they have Pokemon.
Yeah.
Maybe they're secretly already all Pokemon. There's some sort of like illusion or some shit to like make them think they're human.
Okay.
It's like a breed. Maybe it's like a breeding ground for Pokemon, and the main character is starting to figure out that something's up with everyone else, whether or not they're actually human or not. And maybe that's where the milk comes in. Maybe they are putting something into the milk that maybe they're putting drugs in the milk that makes them think that they're human. They're actually all Pokemon.
Yeah. That's good. So where does the mailman come in? The mail person. Why are
Male
they the
person is
bad
the
guy
only
for this
human.
person?
The only human.
He's the only human?
Yeah.
Okay.
he's
He's the one who has caught them all. And he's keeping them
They're all
he's
on a
keeping them on
Pokeball.
Mars
Mars is a Pokeball.
and making them believe they're humans to keep them like from running away.
Maybe. I mean, they already can just catch them and put them in a ball and then they live in there. So I don't know why they would need to do that, but maybe.
The male person is
Maybe these are the Pokemon that are like too rebellious. Like they don't want to be kept as like with owners and stuff. Like maybe it's like if Pikachu never bothered to accept Ash as his trainer,
right.
and they were just like, no, I'm gonna be my own Pokemon. So then
And-
they brainwash them into being human.
And the
to still, like,
mailman
reproduce.
is just a title for this scientist who brings them everything they need.
Yeah.
It could, it could just be like a big experiment too, where it's like they're pretty much isolated other than this one person who like brings the materials as they need it and can do like direct observations.
Okay, so I'm starting
I'm
to
feeling
feel
this.
a little bit of a Truman Show type movie
Yeah, I could kind of see that
with Pokemon
with Pokemon.
on Mars.
And it's not just one person; it's everyone is being duped.
Yeah,
There's only one person who knows what's actually going on.
and it's the one who's drinking the milk.
Oh man.
Damn.
I think that's as far as we can get to breaking this story. The final part of the
Oh,
game
man.
is we need to title it. What's the name of this movie?
It's got to be milk related.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
The Moo Moo Mars
Mystery.
experiment.
The
Moo Moo Mystery.
Well, how much do we want to give away with the title?
That's a good
You
point.
know?
The True Moo show.
I was totally. I've been trying to think of a Truman Show pun for so long, and I can't think of anything good. The True Milk Show. I don't know.
True Moo Moo. I'm so ready for this one. Colin is baking something. He's baking a cake.
Milky Mars.
Like Milky Way bar, like chocolate bar.
No, just Milky Mars.
Milky Mars.
Mars. Perfect.
Milky Mars. That's the title.
What if Zack Snyder directed this?
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's Milky Mars.
Man, Mr. Manhattan
milk tanks
is
as fuck.
the milkman. You know what I mean? Incredible. I'd say
Alright.
I'd see it. I'm sure it
I'd
would
see
be
it
interesting.
surely just out of curiosity. It's
where are
like,
they going with this?
yeah. It's like, is this actually a Pokemon movie? Do they advertise it that way?
Yeah. Kirby's the mailman.
Oh my god.
Bring Kirby back in.
Just saying. Pretty suspicious.
Well, this has been the Good Comedy Podcast. Thank you all for listening. Do we have anything to?
Teagan-
Does anyone have anything to plug?
Yeah,
What's
Teagan,
up, John?
what do you? Where can people find you?
I mean, I want to start getting into doing some live streaming stuff. I'm still working on getting some things squared away for that, but I mean, if I ever get around to actually starting that, which I want to start soon, I will be streaming at twitch.tv/indiefilter. That's the username I go by on all other various things, pretty much. So it'll probably be like some speedrun stuff and maybe some other random video game related shenanigans. I haven't completely decided what all I'm going to do yet, but once I get going, I'm probably going to stream like every day because I have nothing else going on right now. So you definitely be able to catch it
Hell
pretty
yeah.
frequently once
That's
I
awesome.
start. So
That's
that's about it.
yeah.
Nice.
Anything else?
We have a Patreon. I
Yes.
promise there's going to be something up there sometime soon. I
Someday.
promise it's going to be worth it.
Um,
Check it out if you like. If you like what you saw, maybe consider liking the video and commenting something.
yes.
We really appreciate you guys watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you comment who you think's the cameo is. We want to know.
Yeah. I know
Yes.
who you think the cameo will be.
That'd be great.
Other than that,
You guys are frozen. Oh, God.
oh no, I can still.
I mean, you're
outro.
frozen for me, so up there.
Thank you for listening. Have a happy day. Happy day.
Happy
We'll catch
day.
you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.